Hi, I'm back. It's been a while. I was out doing fashion stuff, like that stuff back there, fashion shows and all that type of stuff, and some content marketing because I love the internet. So, anyways, I'm trying to get caught up on my reality shows, and I'm so far behind. I've watched them on my DVR, but I haven't got a chance to record anything. I did the update on my MacBook Pro, and I also updated my iMovie, but since I updated to iMovie 11, it doesn't read my iSight camera anymore, which is a pain in the ass. So I'm recording this on Photo Booth and hoping that I can upload it to YouTube that way. So that's where that is. So I'm gonna start way back a couple weeks ago with the what is it, episode 1, maybe season 6 now of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so I'm going to keep looking down at my notes because I was taking notes as I was watching the shows on the DVR. And since I watched them back to back, the one that's closest in my mind right now is episode 3. So I have to go back and think about what my thoughts were on episode 1. So excuse me for looking down at my notes a lot. Um, so we open the show with Nene and Greg, and they're opening their wedding gifts, and Nene's, announcing to everyone what brand her gifts are. So she's like, "Oh, Tiffany this, and oh, an Hermes plate from Teresa and Joe Guidici," um, which I think they just got indicted for a bunch of stuff. So I didn't stop them from making time to mail a wedding gift, but still, when she was naming all these different brands, in my head, I kept on expecting her to start saying Versace, 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 Versace. Oh no, that song's an earworm. So, anyways, I liked how Nene looked in the living room. Her hair looked really cute. Her makeup, as always, was beautiful. But in the talking heads, she had this really way too obvious lace front, and I can't deal with that. If I notice the Barbie doll edge on the hairline more than I notice the hair, it's gonna bug me. I don't know why. It's just one of those idiosyncrasies. So they go to Portia and her sister, and they're walking with the giant Louis Vuitton bags. And I keep noticing that between the scene with Portia and her sister and her talking heads, in the scene, Portia has like an A cup, and then her talking heads, she has like a firm C cup. So I'm guessing at some point during last year she got some implants. So whatever makes you feel good. Um, what else happened? Oh, I was thinking about how I like how Portia's hair. I can tell that it's a weave, but it doesn't look too weavy or too wiggy, which I really like when a weave looks like it's not a weave. So I like Portia's hair for that. She's still kind of in denial about Cordell because she goes and tells the lawyer that she wants to make a list of demands, and if he can meet those demands, they'll get back together. And the thing is, excuse me, he is so not trying to be with her at all that it's frightening that she even thinks that there is a chance for reconciliation, but it's whatever. So moving on. Cynthia says she's moving her school to across the street from Bar 1, which confuses me a little bit because if I recall correctly, when they showed Bar 1, when it first opened, it was in the middle of the hood. Like the camera cut to some abandoned houses and derelict people walking around, and I was wondering, is that a good location for a modeling school where where young girls are gonna come to it? I don't know. I wouldn't want to go there. Um, Peter says that he bought the building with Cynthia's money, which he's still being Peter, which is basically a douchebag. And I don't know why Cynthia. Well, everyone has already said how many times Cynthia is gonna end up broke if she keeps letting this dude, dip into her money. Um, the one thing that I do have a problem with Cynthia is she keeps calling her school a fashion school when it's really a modeling school, similar to like a John Casablancas or Barbizon type thing. And unless she's going to teach pattern drafting, draping, clothing construction, merchandising, um, don't call it a fashion school because that's not a fashion school. It's a modeling school. Maybe they teach them how to do a little acting or something as well, but it's not a fashion school unless you are teaching actual fashion. And it bothers me when you do this because you're devaluing my degree. You're devaluing my my profession by saying that people who just stand and take photos are the same thing as people who've actually studied design and are actually making things with their hands. So that's enough of my little rant on that. So, oh, I was going to say about the fake stylists on TV too. I can't stand these people, the reality show people that, oh, I got a little bit of money, so now I'm going to start my own clothing line. You're not, and then they call themselves designers. No, you're not a designer. You are an investor. You hire designers to design your clothes. You hire uh, seamstresses to sew your clothes, but you're not a designer. You're an investor in a design company. You bought it, but you're not really doing anything. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, because hey, if you have the money, do it. But I just feel like there should be a distinction between an actual designer and a person who just invests in a fashion company. Um, Moving on. Kenya comes in and she has this yellow dress that I keep calling a Sookie Stackhouse dress because it really reminded me of, I don't know if you watched True Blood, but the first season of True Blood when Sookie used to wear these little sundresses. That's what Kenya's dress reminded me of. I just looked at her and I thought of Bill going, Sookie! But anyway, and also she has this really bright lipstick on that's like sidewalk chalk pink, and I don't like it. And I shouldn't say I don't like it. It's not for everyday wear. Like there's certain things that look very good on stage or look good in a music video, but just for walking down the street everyday wear, it doesn't look that great. It just looks like you're doing too much. And that shade of lipstick was doing too much. Um, what else? Oh, she was trying to get Cynthia to feel sorry for her about Walter going to Nini's wedding, and I don't care, so we'll move on to Phaedra. At Phaedra's new house, which Apollo is trying to renovate and doing a great job of acting like he knows what he's talking about. I don't know, there's something about what he said that I can't recall word for word what he said, but it didn't have anything to do with renovation at all. It was like he thought of, oh, well, let me say something that sounds construction type. So at least he's trying. And I don't know why, but Apollo looks like the light-skinned hero from a Tyler Perry movie. And there always is one. I don't know why Tyler Perry is like that. If you're a light-skinned woman, you're an evil, godless bitch. But if you're a light-skinned male, you're the hero of the movie. So Tyler, get that together, because that's no good. And the Talking Heads. I'm gonna need Phaedra to stop forcing her boobs together to create cleavage, because it looks uncomfortable. It looks all kinds of wrong, and I find it disturbing. Just stop it. Don't do that. It doesn't look good. It looks like I don't know how to describe it. It just looks wrong. Either get implants or live with what you got, but stop trying to push them and smush them together, because it just ugh. Then I notice, oh yeah, she's trying to get Aiden to notice his little brother, and he doesn't really care about Mr. President or whatever the baby's name is. And I mean, that's how kids are. When a new kid comes, sometimes the older child is a little bit jealous. I mean, when my sister came home from the hospital, what was I, 3.5 or 4 years old? No, it was a little bit after she came home from the hospital, because she was big enough to be in a walker. And I remember I pushed her down the stairs in her walker. She landed right side up. She's a little bit startled, though. But it's sad that I attempted to assassinate her when I was 4 years old. I don't know. The kids are like that. They feel like the new one is going to take their place, and, they do crazy stuff. And then Phaedra goes on throughout the episode to say these little racial comments that I don't know whether I would call it racist, but it's not racist either. It's like in the middle. It's like a gray area. Like when they handed her Mr. President and she said, oh, he's as white as Michael Jackson. I'm thinking, who says that? Who actually, that's just weird. And then later on in the scene where she is talking about the home renovations and how Apollo is saying that he's tired, and Phaedra says, I'm the one working like a Hebrew slave. That's, something about it just hits me the wrong way, and I think she probably shouldn't say stuff like that. That's just, I don't know. So then we get to see Candy again, and she still looks like she's making $22,000 a year. I don't know why she does that, but she does. On one hand, it's kind of good that she's down to earth and kind of normal, because young girls who aren't, the girly or glamorous type, they can relate to her, and they have someone on television that looks like them. But on the other hand, she could still afford to upgrade her weave hair just a little, just a tad bit. I mean, just a little bit, so it doesn't look that bargain basement. I mean, I swear I've seen girls with better weave working in the food court at the mall, and they don't have anywhere near as much money as Candy. So she could do a little bit better with the hair. Her hair in the talking head, with the red hair that was straighter, it looked better on her than the curly red hair. Not so much because of the style, but because of the shade of red. Because the curly red hair is a little bit more orangey, and the straight red hair I think is a little bit of a cooler tone. So for some reason, the cooler tone looked better on her skin than the brighter red. But you live and you learn. Um, Portia has drinks with Nene, and um, Nene is the opposite of Candy. Nene is, you get a little bit of money and then you fix everything up. Because I remember just over time, Nene's transformation. She got the boobs, she got her nose done, she got her teeth done. She hired a makeup artist. She started wearing better hair. I mean, if you go back and you compare Nene season 1 to Nene now, that's a woman that said, I have the resources to fix myself up, and this is what I'm gonna do. But at the same time, she might go too far on the other side of Candy, whereas Candy lives beneath her means, which is always a good thing. Nene almost looks like she's living above her means. I mean, I don't know how much she's making, but it just seems like she's spending a lot, even though, I mean, the housewife thing is not going to last forever. And New Normal got canceled, and I don't think she's on every episode of Glee. So she needs a more steady stream of income before she starts spinning like how she appears to be spinning. Um, Candy is in her store, Tags, and Derek J is there being delusional about his size. Um, he actually said on television that he was not plus size, that he was a size 14. Number one, I'm a size 12. That's plus size. That's considered plus size. I can shop at Torrid, which is a plus size store, although I'm a size 0 Torrid, so thumbs up for that, for making me a size 0 Torrid. Secondly, Derek J, you haven't seen size 14 in many a year. You're about a 16, if anything, and I really need you to stop wearing extra medium clothes when you are built like Mr. Brown. It's not a good. Just go up 1 or 2 sizes, and you'll actually look, smaller than when you're wearing these tight clothes that you're busting out of. It's not a good look. I don't know. Whenever you wear something that's too tight for your body, even if you're a thin person, if you wear something that's too tight, it's not gonna look good. Like, you can create muffin top on a size 6 body or size 5 body. You can still create muffin top if you're wearing a size 4 pants. So that's, I can't with Derek J with that. Who else? Oh, did you notice in the commercial they showed it was an ad for Inside the Actors Studio, and they said on the next Inside the Actors Studio is going to be Arrested Development. And I don't know why, in my mind, I thought of the group instead of the TV show. Because I got excited for a second. I was like, oh, Arrested Development, I haven't seen them in a while. And then they showed the people, and it was like, oh, it's a TV show. So, I don't know, just me showing my age. So then we go to Portia's mother's house, and her mother she looks to me like if you combine Tina Knowles with Shaka Khan, and LaToya Jackson's baby hair, because she had the baby hair going there. And I really love when older women keep themselves up. I want to be that older woman that's keeping I want to be that 75-year-old woman still with the lipstick and the hair and the makeup, and you can't tell me anything. Probably with a fur coat. I don't know. But I like that. But baby hair and wigs don't go together, because it shows it. it actually draws attention to the wig line. So I wouldn't do the baby hair with the wig. And like I said, it was reminding me of Latoya Jackson. Then they start talking about Portia's situation and talking about Cordell, and her mother is putting on for the cameras. I mean, she must think that she could get a daytime or a nighttime Emmy award, and it was giving me telenovela. I mean, telenovela even more than, like, the real telenovela that's on television right now is Love and Hip Hop. That is a black telenovela. But that moment with Portia's mother was giving me telenovela also. And then her half sister. I kept looking at her half sister, and she reminded me of, I don't know if you, I'm dating myself, but I don't know if you remember on Nickelodeon there used to be a show called Today's Special, and it was about this mannequin that when you take his hat off or when you put his hat on, I can't remember whether it was when you take his hat off or you put his hat on that he comes alive, and then it has all these puppets and things. I used to watch it when I was a kid, and one of the puppets was this little mouse that had these big eyes, pop eyes, and the eyelashes. And her sister reminded me of that little mouse with the pop eyes and the eyelashes because of the fact that she has pop eyes, and then she put fake eyelashes on top of the pop eyes, so it just draws more attention to her pop eyes. I don't know. I mean, not saying there's anything wrong with pop eyes, because some people can work. My eyes are pretty big, so I mean, it's not like I don't understand having big eyes, but there's this size eyes, and then there's like Tracy Ellis Ross, which she knows pretty much how to work her pop eyes, and Diana Ross knew how to work her pop eyes. So it can be done. You just gotta know how to do it, and that whatever Portia's half sister was doing, I'm not even gonna say half, because I have siblings like that, and we never call each other half. I never say that's my half sister, that's my half brother. I say it's my sister or my brother. I don't know. I don't like that saying. 'Cause it's almost like saying that they're less than a sibling to you. I don't know. Weird. Oh yeah, I forgot about them talking about Cordell only coming to the hospital once when Portia had a miscarriage. It was pretty messed up. That's not cool at all. But he seemed like he was meaner than even Peter when he was on the show. Like, there was nothing that gave me nice about that guy at all. He just didn't seem like a nice person. And then I was thinking about how loud Portia, her sister, and her mother talk. I just feel like that house would be so loud all the time because they talk like they're projecting their voice like they're on a stage play. And everything was just so loud. But it wasn't quite yelling. It's not yelling, but it was just talking so loud. I don't know. Just me. Cynthia has her little white party. And I I love my generation. Shout out to Generation X. But we have to let the white parties go. Leave them in the 90s and early 2000s and do something new, because it's getting so old. I feel like we've been having white parties for 15 years, and it's just I'm just over it. Like, change the color. Have a red party. Have a blue. Have a purple party. Do something different. I'm just tired of the white parties. It just seems, I don't know, just boring. Like, come up with something new. Let's do something different. I don't know. So, but I have to give kudos to Apollo for coming in the white party with a black suit on, like a boss. Like, I don't care about your white party. I'm wearing my black suit. I like that. And I don't know if anybody noticed, but Nene took a little jab at Sheree. Because when she came in the door, she said, "Oh, is my name on the guest list?" And then they were like, yeah. She was like, "Oh, I just want to make sure because, that happens sometimes." And that reminded me of either season 1 or season 2 when Sheree had a party. I think it was a birthday party. And Nene's name was not on the guest list. And she, threw a fit outside. That was a good season. I almost want to go back and watch that season again. So, also at the party was Miss Lawrence, who's a wannabe hanger-on, and I can't with him. And also Derek J. Although Derek J was just there, he was kind of low-key, but Miss Lawrence was so affected. You could just see him in the background going like this. It's not that serious. Stop clutching your pearls and acting like Everything is so dramatic. You just are trying to get attention, and it irritates me to no end. Even more than tight ass pants. That all I saw was a bright ass scarf and moose knuckle, and that's not a good look at all, ever, ever. So, anyways, I think that we should start a fund or a movement. Like, remember how that guy had the rent is too damn high movement? We need a Miss Lawrence's pants is too damn tight movement. I should start a Facebook page. I mean, I don't know how many people I could get to like it, but maybe we can get him to go up a size in his pants, because I don't want to see that moose knuckle no more. Especially if you're doing this half drag thing. It's so confusing to me, because if you're doing half, I don't know, if you were doing full drag, you would probably tuck. But since you're doing this half drag, where like the head looks masculine, but the body is supposed to look feminine, I need someone to explain the purpose of half drag. Well, I don't know what the name of it is, but I call it half drag because it's not full drag. And speaking of the two of them, when they're on that, the fashion, what is it called? The fashion something? Fashion Queens? I think it's something like that. All I can think about is Men on Film from In Living Color, and the fact that that Derek J and Miss Lawrence are both bald headed even makes you think of Men on Film even more, because both of them were supposed to be bald headed. I think no, one of them had hair, but yeah, it just reminds me of that. So, anyways, oh yeah, Kenya goes up to Nene and tries to get her to give a damn about Walter being at the wedding, and how she was all upset about that. And she learned very quickly that she will never, I don't think anyone will ever win a verbal, I take that back. There is one person that might be able to go toe for toe with Nene in a verbal dispute, and that's K. Michelle. I would pay money to see Nene and K. Michelle have a verbal dispute. They need to have a reality show all-stars, where they just take the best people from all the different reality shows and put them on a cruise together, or put them in a hotel together in Vegas or something, and just record them for like 2 weeks. That I would watch that. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Kenya, you're just making yourself look really bad with this whole Walter thing. And I don't even know why you want to do that. Because even when I was in high school, it was a bad look to act like you gave a damn about your ex-boyfriend. If you went to the skating rink and your ex was there, you're supposed to act like you don't even see him and you don't care, and that you're having the best time of your life. So he could see that you're having the best time of your life without him. You're not supposed to go around telling everybody how much you're affected by this person. Because that's a weak sauce look. I don't know. Especially to be a woman in your 40s. That maybe she has Arrested Development. I don't know, but she, I just said Arrested Development twice. No, 3 times in the same video, and meant 3 different things. The band, the TV show, and the actual psychological condition. But anyways, so that's all I have for the first episode. And I'm looking forward to this because I want to see who Candy's going to drag in this bitch. And I want to see, there's a big fight with all the dudes in it. And 2 dudes that we haven't even been introduced to yet, because I freeze framed it to try to figure out who's fighting who. And apparently there's 2 dudes that we haven't been introduced to yet. They're trying to fight. Then Peter tries to break up the fight and fails. And then Apollo ends up breaking the fight. And then somehow you see, what is Candy's fiance's name? Todd. Then you see Todd hollering at somebody, but the way the editors work, the Todd scene may not even been at the same time as that other fight. So we'll have to wait and see. But this season looks good. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.